What is going on, guys? We are out on the lake today and we're doing things a little bit differently today and kind of cool. Pops has a super awesome new thing to introduce.
Ranger.
We got a Pops got a new bass boat. Check this thing out, guys. This boat is decked out, so we'll be fishing on this boat all day today, and we're also switching up styles. We're throwing more crankbaits today. We're trying all these different things that we haven't tried, and we're going to different locations that we haven't previously tried on this lake. So we're doing things differently on a brand new bass boat. This is so cool. Let's do this. So if any of you guys have ever watched any video on this channel, you know that we're not really big fans of crankbaits, but recently we've been seeing a lot of people catching them on them, so we're gonna give them a shot. I'm starting off with a jerkbait just because it's that kind of sort of fall time where the bass are running a little more shallower. So I'm running a shallow running jerkbait. We're gonna see how it's gonna go. Just kind of gonna fan it out. Woo, that did not sound good. Oh, on a good note though, it wasn't that bad. Every great fishing trip starts with backlashes. Remember that one Colorado River trip where we caught that itty bitty striper on a jerkbait?
Yeah.
This guy definitely has some nice action to him. I just gotta be able to catch a fish on him. Oh dude, that's a fish! Oh my gosh! Let's go! No way! On a freaking jerkbait! Let's go! Oh my gosh, that is so
puny.
Hey! You don't gotta do me like that! Okay, now this also brings about a new type of challenge, and that is treble hooks. Woohoo! This guy hammered that. Oh! Okay, but I prefer to leave. Oh my gosh. Dude! He hammered that bait. Jeez. Oh. Woohoo. Okay, how do I get... Almost got him. Almost fully dehooked here. Whew. We got any pliers anywhere around there? Woohoo. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that stinking worked. On a jerkbait, huh? Oh, that got close. No, but you're gonna put them all back into you. And you did that. That's what I was trying to warn you, my friend. Let's get you ridden of this. There we go. No more jerkbait problems for this little guy. How cool is that? We got a little bass on a jerk. These crankbait, maybe they're not lying. Maybe they're not lying. Let's send them off. See you, buddy. I'm so stoked. A little bass on a jerkbait, and he hammered that thing. Poor guy had like stinking it in his. You got a fish on? He's got a 3-pounder, baby. That's the biggest catch of the day so far, Pops.
I was gonna say, all I know is it's been in this freaking big rod. I was like,
oh, that was in the tree. We're good, people. We're good. I'm not hooked. Not terribly. There we go. Pops is experimenting with glide baits. How are you liking it so far, Dad?
I kind of like it.
Kind of like the glide baits? It definitely is different from our soft plastic sort of thing.
This isn't a... Oh, damn, dude. If I was paying attention, I would have liked it a lot more right there.
Then you got bit?
Oh, I know I got bit.
You got a sick, like, shad pattern on that thing, though. And this is a heavily, like, tons of shad in this lake. So...
Thread fins, but you got the...
Gizzards. We have giant gizzard shad in this lake, which is super cool. I'm gonna try right there where Dad got bit. Ooh, we're running shallow there, so let's get him off.
Yeah.
Jerkbait seemed to be working today. Brother Jake just got another one. Why do I call you Brother Jake? The bro just got another one too on the jerkbait. See it, bro? Okay. Nice little guy. Toss him over. Boy, mate. We love ya. Cool. Here we go. Let's do this again. See if we can get number 3. Already exciting morning. Dude, we're right next to that tree. That's awesome. Giving it nice pauses in between the twitches. A lot of times the bass will come and hit it in that pause. It's kind of a similar concept to like when you do topwater stuff. Give it some pauses. I like this thing though. It's got like a Nice chartreuse stripe to it with a purple back, and we all know how much I love purple. So it's got the shad dot, of course. So I'm trying to imitate shad. Oh, dude, this one floats. This is a super shallow runner. Some of them will be like slow suspending. Oh, there we go. Huh? You would have? I don't trust my dragging abilities. They're not as good as yours, Pops. Dude, we have a spillway right here, guys. And spillways and jerkbaits mix well. Woohoo! Also got this guy chilling out with me. Solid dragonfly. Hey, bud. You can call him Gunter. Yep, on camera. Oh, on a jerkbait, huh?
Finally.
And that is the biggest one yet.
That's actually not bad for today, huh? This is puny, dude. Keep it off camera.
No, I'm not keeping it off camera. It's a crankbait fish. That is a jerkbait fish, dude. That is PTSD of this exact situation. He had a striped bass on a crankbait. Shake its hand and put it into his freaking, put it past the bark.
Is that the picture going all the way through almost?
Yep.
Joint with a knuckle.
Everyone, we are back home now, and to tell you the truth, I don't want to lie to you, we only caught those 3 fish. It was quite a slow day of fishing. But we're not going to end the YouTube video there. Then it's just short and boring and just with the small fish. No, that's not a video. But we do something else very, very exciting. We have a brand new boat to show you. So the rest of this video today is going to be showing you the brand new bass boat. Let's get started. First things first, even the cover of this bass boat is like 10 times better than the cover we had last time. Obviously, it's got the awesome Ranger logo, 50-year anniversary, super sick. Check this out. It's even got a pass so you can lift it up and get to your gas, to put in gas without having to take off the cover. And the reason for that is this is a travel cover. It latches down right there, and you come back here, and it latches in right here as well. And you can actually drive with this cover on your boat. That is so cool to me. Around here at the back end, of course, we got power poles with this awesome Ranger logo on the side of it. These things are really cool. They kind of come out like alien arms, and it's really freaky. They start off kind of like all tall and straight, and they go and like stick in the mud. They are shallow water anchors when you're fishing in shallow water, and they literally poke down into the bed of the lake or in whatever you're fishing and keep you in that spot. And that's kind of genius, not gonna lie. One of the biggest upgrades though on Pops' new boats is the motor. We now have a Mercury 4-stroke 250 horsepower motor, and this thing runs beautifully. We got a cover it on right now. It is an awesome motor compared to what we used to have. On that note, it's also a lot newer of a motor than we used to have by about, 30 years. So that's a plus. We're improving. Okay, now I gotta take this entire cover off though and, show you what's inside. So let's get this cover off. Okay, now that that's all over, let's hop into the boat. One of my first and most favorite upgrades on this boat, it has a ladder. A ladder in the back of the boat. That is so cool. I no longer have to do these really awkward struggle, sort of beached walrus looking thing to try to get into the boat. No, this thing literally, the ladder just pulls down, just like that. You just walk right up. That's awesome, note to self. It is very scary to try to film and climb the ladder. Okay, well, either way, let's do this. Kind of to start off, this is a Ranger 521L Comanche. It's a boat that we've been wanting and looking at for quite some time, and we are so stoked to finally have it. So we'll start at the back deck, 'cause that's where I am. Obviously, you have a seat that can go into that hole right there. Pretty nice lean-to seat. Awesome, awesome, awesome. This box right here, it's just another storage box. We typically put like tackle trays or something like that in here. And it's got a fire extinguisher right there in case of emergency. Hopefully, we'll never have to use that, but just in case. And then right here, we got both the dual live wells. So there's one side, here's the other. They're actually pretty big live wells compared to what we used to have, and they have a divider that can be removed now in the middle, which makes them even bigger, with legit like aerating pumps, not just something that squirts water into it. So that's super cool. To the right of all this stuff, I gotta close this lid though, or else I'm gonna fall in, and I would prefer that not to happen. Boom. Right here is just another storage box. This is where we keep our fenders, our throwables, our life jackets when we put them in here. This is basically the fluffy stuff that you need for like docking a boat. This back compartment here is none other than the batteries and all that kind of stuff. You got the on switch right there, 3 lithium batteries, on deck battery charger. You got some awesome like slime inducer enhancer for your fish when they're in your live well. First aid kit, of course, because we want to be safe. But these batteries, these are awesome batteries. They have such a longer life on them than our old ones did. We can work that trolling motor for a lot longer than we used to be able to. Coming up here to the party section or the console section, first off, here's the driver's seat. These seats are super, super comfortable, induced with cup holders. Yes, there's the throttle. This thing starts by pushing a button. That's crazy. Another cup holder down there. We have a cool foot or a hot foot, whatever you call it. This one's called a cool foot. I normally call them hot foots, but hot foot down there for steering. Nice steering wheel, all your gauges, and then check this out. This is one of the things that me and Dad were so stoked for. The fish finders or the graphs, whatever you want to call them, are insane on this. They're giant, low-rent HDS 16 screens, and they are so cool. Our old fish finders like never worked. They'd seen the sun way too much. They were old, and at some points we'd be in like 5 feet of water, and they'd tell us that it was 1,000 feet deep. So we are absolutely so stoked to start using these guys. They have side scan, down scan. We are so excited to use them to start to find more fish, especially things like crappie and yellow bass, those schooling fish. Here in the middle between the two seats, we have another storage. We typically put like random loose baits in here and all that jazz. Then, once again, another couple there. Here's the seat that I normally sit in. I normally crash right here. I got a boat cleaner spray right there to make our boat look shiny and pretty. Here is this is actually rod storage. So rod butts go in here. They run up this little thing right here. That's a Velcro strap you can take off. And then pull it up and over your rods like that. And then only kind of just run up this plastic all the way up into there when you want to travel with them. Down there, we got these like nice little foot grip things to put your feet on. Here I got handlebars, which I hold on to a lot, especially when we're in rough water. I kind of get scared a little bit. Awesome Ranger 50 years anniversary sign right there. Here we have our console. We're going to put like camera stuff, our radios in there, phones, all this kind of stuff goes in. This is like our electronic that shouldn't get wet box, if that makes sense. Now we look onward to the front deck. That's the boat cover. So just kind of, well, the case for the boat cover. The cover has a cover case. Isn't that weird? But I think it's not weird. That's cool. Here is one of the coolest things on this boat. They have these little slots right here that you can put, you know, line cutters and scissors. You can put pliers for getting fish out and all that kind of stuff in here. That's awesome. Right here, this is actually, this is really cool. This is an ice chest. I didn't know boats had ice chests in them. But this one has an ice chest, so I no longer have to carry around an ice chest on the boat that takes up a ton of like space and all that kind of stuff. Also, this guy right here, I forgot to mention him earlier, you stick your net in that. It's like a little grippy hole that your net can go into and hold it in place, and it kind of sits down here when you're up there fishing on that deck. And this deck is amazing, and it is so much bigger than the last deck we had. It is absolutely incredible. But check this out. I just told you about this ice chest right here. Super cool about that. Come over here. Guess what? Guess what this is? Guess what it is? It's another stinking ice chest. That is the, oh my gosh, not one but two ice chests, and this one is decked out. Look at this. This is where you put your dry food stuff. It has a spot for dry food and ice chest all in one container. That's beautiful. Oh, so smart. Okay, now I know y'all think the ice chest is the coolest thing ever, and it kind of is, but let's be honest, okay? But real talk though, this compartment right here is probably my favorite thing. Let me move the lean-to seat out of the way real quick. This compartment is rod storage, and it is up to 9 feet long. If you guys know this channel, you know that I like long rods. And my old boat only had a 6-foot 8-inch rod storage, so a lot of my rods couldn't be stored in this rod storage. But now, with this gigantic rod storage, I can store all my rods under the deck, so they're no longer on top of the deck. And all these compartments have locks on them, so I don't have to be worried about anyone like stealing about them while I'm going into the gas station to get treats or anything like that, because they can all be stored below deck and locked up. So let's unlock this guy real quick and check that out. All those rods go down there. That's where the tips go. They stick in there. All your reels and the butt of your rods come into these awesome contraptions where you basically, if my thumb was the butt of a rod, you push it over and then up, and that'd be tight enough to hold it into place so where it can go anywhere. It is so cool. You can put, if you don't put a ton of rods in here, you can put tackle trays or baits here on the side or even on the bottom here, and then you have this divider here to say, okay, I want to put my baits up to there, and that's going to hold all your boxes in place and keep them from falling over. It is air conditioned. My rods have air. I don't even have air conditioning on this boat, but my rods do. What? Mind blown. It also has a light, which doesn't, you can't really see that well in the daytime, but for the nighttime, it's super good. And it can, as you can tell by all the holes down there, it can hold a lot of rods. Now, with that though, we close this big giant thing. Lock that up. Right here. Oh, forgot to close the ice chest. Whoopsie. Lock that up. We go to this guy, okay? Get out of the way. We open up this one. This This is another rod storage. There's more. There's more rod storage. Oh my gosh, look at all that. There's the contraption things down there. This is so cool. This is so stinking cool. I have never had this much rod storage on any boat I've ever owned. This one I think this one's about, I want to say he's around 8.5 feet. I think it's just a teeny bit smaller than this main one right here. But don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure. On the sides right here on the deck, we have the 50th anniversary. This is a 50th anniversary model boat, so it kind of has a little bit more extra cute stuff to it and added, but this is just cool to see on the deck. Check this out though. So with our old boat, we always had a problem because we had no tie-ons to tie on our buoys or anything to go to the docks. This guy, he has them. That makes life so much simpler. So much simpler. That is so cool. Okay. Then up here, we have our trolling motor. It's a Minn Kota. It's awesome. It's got spot lock. You can control it by this guy, or you can use your own little remote that they give you, which is really, really cool. So I'm a little bit more familiar with this kind of stuff because we did upgrade our trolling motor on our last boat. So this is a little bit more similar to it, but basically pushing this forward will turn it one way, pushing it back will turn it the other. Then you put your foot on this little guy, which can be pushed down really with not that much pressure, and that makes the propeller spin. So here's how your speeds and all that kind of stuff. You can go up to 10 speed. Pretty dang cool there. That's your on switch. There's your constant right there, and that is spot lock. Right here, these two buttons that kind of just look like they're in the middle of the deck, these are the buttons that control your power poles. You see that little logo right there? Power poles. Remember those alien claw things I was talking about earlier? That's the power poles. These buttons control them. So you go out and then you go down. Right here, this thing is so cool. This is like an underground stereo system for fish. You can put in certain sounds of it, like schooling shad, you know, crawdads, all this kind of stuff. And it attaches to this speaker right here on your trolling motor, and it makes those sounds underwater and brings fish in. Oh, I didn't even know those were things. I had no clue. Apparently they are. Also, super cool upgrade on this trolling motor. It's got this little lever thing. See this guy right here? I just pull this up. It's a string. I just pull it up, and I undo this Velcro right here. That right there just comes up. The trolling motor just comes up and just goes. Whoa. There's no unscrewing a knob, anything like that. It just lifts up. It's so cool. Next up here at the top, we also got another, let me pop up the screen, another awesome low rance fish finder. This is the HDS 12. So the one back there was an HDS 16. This is an HDS 12. And of course, another cup holder, because we need our water bottles out here fishing in the Arizona heat. It gets hot, guys. More of those little slots you can put pliers and cutters in. Really just trying to get as many useful things up here for you as possible, so that way you don't have to like run back to the back of the boat. You can stay up here and fish. In general, this entire deck is like 10 times bigger than our old one. It is so much wider. It can fit so many people. It goes back so much further. It's just beautiful. It's a huge deck. I'm speechless. Now to just wrap up the video right here, this is basically main storage. So we put our tackle bags in here mostly. We'll put, you know, whatever can just fit back there behind that little thing. And it's really just for main storage purposes. Like I said, most of our tackle boxes and our tackle bags go here. Then right here we got this little guy, and once again, this is just another thing of storage where we put like mostly our terminal tackle bags and boxes go in there. Now, I know that was a lot and I talk fast, so I'm sorry. I was getting super excited about it, but hopefully you followed along because this boat just had a lot to show and I was trying to get it all done in a smaller amount of time. I would like to clarify one thing though. This is not my boat. This is Pops' boat. This is the boat that Pops has worked his entire life very hard to be able to get. So I am so proud of him and I'm so happy for him that he finally gets a boat that fits him. My dad has taught me everything that I know, and the fact that we have gone from what we normally have, which are really old boats that break down every often, to this is just crazy. It feels weird to be sitting in a boat like this, if that makes any sort of sense, but I am just lucky enough to be here for the ride on his awesome success, because he deserves something like this. But real talk though, guys, I appreciate you guys for watching. Hopefully we'll be able to get back out on the water soon and be able to go catch some bass and get this girl broke in and get some mojo building on her. But we also need to, you know, talk about the major concept when it comes with boats. We need a name. Old boat was named Goldilocks. You guys probably remember that. We need a name for her. So her basic patterns are this really cool blue and silver, if that kind of helps at all. That's her basic patterns. But there's a little streak of white in there too. But real talk, we need help, guys. We don't have any ideas, so we need a name. Put any name ideas you guys have down in the comments. And other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for more trips and more memories that are going to be made on this boat. I can't even describe on what the future may hold, but this boat's going to be there with us every step of the way. So thank you guys so much for watching. As always, don't forget to subscribe. Check out Follow the Action for some amazing outdoor apparel. This is their Smalley Strike hat. I love it. You can get it all for 20% off with the code UNREAL. I'll be putting that code and their link in the description with other links to some amazing bait companies like Vulture Baits that I like to use a ton. Make sure you guys go check those out too. As always, have an amazing day and happy fishing, y'all.